Hey guys, it's Max. How's everyone doing? Okay, today this is going to be the daily ULTY report. So first, I made a new ULTY spreadsheet. Let's go check that out. Then we're going to talk about some ULTY positions, but we're going to specialize. We're going to talk specifically about the HIMS trade, HIMS. I think they're the ones that sell boner pills. I mean, I think they're the boner pill company, right? Him and hers. They sell boner pills or whatever the female equivalent is. Also, I would guess that's what hers does. I guess, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. Not a customer. All right. But let's look at my spreadsheet. But seriously, I cracked myself up. HIMS is getting killed today. So the first thing I want to talk about, though, was it earnings? I think it was earnings. Let's check my earnings hub. I really like this app. I'm thinking of even subscribing to it. Well, you know, I was saying they make boner pills, but their chart looks like a boner pill. Look at their earnings history, earnings per share history. It's giving a similar vibe to a boner pill. This is a really good piece of software. You can see previous estimates and if they missed it or not. And if they exceeded it a little bit, which they usually do. Okay, so it has their October 2024 estimate. So they've already reported earnings. So that's what I was afraid of. Looks like they reported earnings and missed. Okay, that's a perfect example of my talk for today. So my talk for today is Jay is innovated again. Okay, you know, we haven't talked about this new technique yet. This is the first time he's used this technique. And I talked about this yesterday on the ULTY thing, on the ULTY segment, and we talked about HIMS. And what did I say? I said this has no stock. It has no stock. Now, it has a synthetic equivalent of stock because we can just look at I'm sorry, it's not the theta, it's the delta, of course. This is 156,000 shares. He doesn't own any shares, but what he's done is he's bought a call and then he sold a different call, a further out of the money call. This is called a bullish call spread, a bull call spread. I just call it buying calls. Or buying a call spread. He put on a call spread. Great. Call spreads are wonderful trades. Didn't work out for him because the stock missed earnings, stock went down. But guess what? Guess what he did this time that he didn't do before? This time he just did the overlay segment. He didn't do the plus 100 shares of stock. Now watch, we could add plus 100 shares of stock. Easy. We could own the stock. Hey, this is 3,600 options. So to be the equivalent stock, it would have to be 36000. Dude. Okay, and it changes the way our profit and loss graph looks a little bit. It just makes it more bullish between these two strikes. We're double long between the two strikes. But a person could have all day long done this trade with the stock. But guess what? That person would be down more money today. Jay did the right thing by not having the stock. If somebody would have had the stock and did this, the option trade lost money and the stock trade lost money. So, Jay, maybe he's been watching my channel, but on the loaded dice spread, we are just using the overlay that he uses on InFly and on other ULTY stocks. He puts this crazy 4-leg spread on top of these, and it worked out really well on InFly, and he's using that to do earnings. But I'm trying to outsmart him. So I'm thinking, well, wonder if we did the same overlay, we didn't put the stock on top of it. So that way you can do it with the smaller account too, if you don't have the stock. And so I think maybe Jay's been watching the channel and he decided to do this HIMS one without the stock because his results would be a lot better. His results were a lot better than if he'd done the stock. Okay. And no, he's not watching the channel. And no, he didn't do this. I was totally joking. It's just a happy coincidence, but this was a good time not to use the stock. By not using the stock, he still suffered a loss. But not nearly what it would have been if this would have been an overlay on top of the stock. So I think this is just a great way to take a shot. Now, the thing about this is, well, This wasn't even an income trade either, because this was a debit spread. He put this on for a debit. So this is just Jay taking a shot. You know, this isn't a bad way to take a shot. We may do one like this too. He bought an option for $5, but then he sold an option a little bit further out of the money for $2. So he just paid $3. It's a way to kind of YOLO a call and spend a little bit less money, spend 3 instead of 5. Now, in return, you cap your upside, but hell, he still would have made $800,000 if he hit it. But as it was, since he didn't spend the whole $5 on the option, he just spent $3 because he sold the other one for $2, right? That helps him out, because guess what? Max loss is now $3 instead of $5. So it's just a way to trade options and do it it's a way to YOLO in a little bit smarter way than just straight out buying a call. In that, by selling a call that's further out of the money. You know, it's a call spread. They do this on SPY T and everything all the time. Jay does this trade all the time, plus stock. This is the first time I've noticed that he's done one without stock. But I checked the positions today. I just checked them a little while ago, and I still don't believe that they have HIMs. I don't think they own the stock. I checked all the things I downloaded from them, because I almost can't believe that Jay did just the overlay by himself. Okay, but here's my challenge, Jay, if you're watching. Next week, do some of the ones that are just the overlay on the loaded dice spread. Like, okay, like look at this. Well, let's pick out a spread, let's pick out a trade for Jay next week. I bet he watches this show, don't you guys think? Okay, so we already have trades in Apple and ExxonMobil. But let's go here to next week. So we're just going to advance. Actually, there's really not that many earnings next week. There is one in Vertex Pharmaceuticals, and that's kind of funny because he has a position in Vertex Pharmaceuticals right here. My computer, for some reason, kind of quit working. I'm just trying to find the Vertex Pharmaceutical position really quick. Boom. But let's see how he's playing their earnings. But anyway, and also here's him. You can see HIMs again. It's just options. There's no stock associated with it. So that's fine. Jay saved himself some money. It sucks that he didn't hit the trade, but it's good at the same time, because it would have made the loss a lot worse. Now, there's a counter to everything. Had that one hit and he had just done the call spread, he's sacrificing. He left some money on the table because he would have had some extra profit had he had the stock also. So we'll keep looking at this stuff, but that's a very legit way to take a shot at an earnings stock. Just do a call spread. Buy a call spread. If you hit it, you hit it. If you lose it, if you miss it, well, you know, at least you did the call spread, because call spread's a little smarter way than just YOLOing a call. And I'm talking mathematically. It has less disadvantage to it. It's less of a sucker bet. Buying a call spread is less of a sucker bet. Okay, where's this Vertex Pharmaceuticals? Doesn't Jay have this one? Or no, he has this 5. There it is. Oh, and he has this 4. No, he has a 3-legged spread on. Okay, so let's see what he has on real quick. Okay, he's got a 105 call, a 115 call, and a 125. Short 1,500. Is this what he did? Did he do this trade? 500 short 1,000. Holy shit, dude. I just realized that's okay. Holy shit. I just can't believe he did this. Well, I call this a butterfly. You're long, I mean, right? I mean, is this what you guys would call it? You're long on either wing and short double in the middle. Yeah, it's a butterfly, and you're going for non-movement. I'll have to show Jay a better way to do this. A better way to do this is where you break what's called break one of the wings, where you bring one of the wings in and you take the loss away from one side or the other. Either make it have no loss on the downside or no loss on the upside. This is called a broken wing butterfly. So I'm sure Jay's watching. Hopefully he's taking notes right now, but that's a little better way to play it. But I mean, Jay's Way's all right too, right? All right, we'll see what happens. So what this is a play on prices staying kind of steady. We want prices between 110 and 120. And this is a decent way to play stuff in real life. I'll do a real life trade. We'll do a real life one. I'll find a real good real life one for you guys like this someday if you like these kinds of trades. Yeah, that kind of stunned me. I couldn't even believe what it was, but it's a butterfly. It's a butterfly with equidistant wings. If it's a broken wing butterfly, if the wings aren't, this wing is 10 points apart, this wing is 10 points apart. If this wing was 5 points apart, then you have a broken wing butterfly. Anyway, which is the way I prefer it, but these are great too. Okay, so I had that in there wrong yesterday. I didn't realize it till now. Let's save this trade and we'll just kind of monitor it. Override existing trade. Okay, well, sorry about that, but that's going to be your ULTY update for the day. So let's go back to the ULTY spreadsheet. I want to emphasize one more time. See this number on the far right? That's kind of the bottom line. That's what ULTY is down altogether. That figures out all the good and bad stuff they did with their overlay strategies, where they put spreads. That's typically what they do. They own stock and they put spreads on top. Well, that's how much they're down. This is how much they were down if they just had all of the stock by itself with no overlays. So they caught less than half the downside, and that's good. A big part of the reason, and I wanted to show you that, a big part of the reason they caught less than half the downside, because they cut off virtually all the downside on this HIMS. HIMS, the company, the stock, the shares dropped 15%. Jay, because he used options, he alleviated the unlimited lot. That if you own stock, people think stock's safe. Yeah, stock's safe, but stock is naked. Stock's the same thing as selling a naked put. I mean, if you sell a naked put on the SPY goes to zero, you're on the hook to zero. You owe whoever you sold the put to money. If you buy the SPY and it goes to zero, you lost just as much money. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right. Well, it was a smart way for Jay to play that earnings trade. I wish he would have hit it, but whatever. If you consider there's just 3 stocks up, but yet he caught less than half of the downside on a day when most everything's down, it's because their option overlays they're doing, their incomes they're earning are paying off so far at this point, and they're doing a great job. And there's no other funds really out there like this where they have discretion. So anyway, we'll keep monitoring this for sure. Let's also check this out real quick before you guys go. Let's see who's beating the parent today. Sky, Bobo, Tesla, Coney, OARC. Holy shit. I know this is an ULTY report, but ULTY and yield max, it's all the same difference. I mean, yield max is like a dumbed down version of ULTY. Anyway, yield max is really good too. Look at JPMO beating the parent. Well, YMAX is beating the parent, because I guess the NASDAQ is down a little bit today. YMAG is beating the parent. Look at InFly not beating the parent, but look here at FIBI beating the parent. AIYY beating the parent. This beating the parent, this Menendez Brothers phenomenon is going to get more and more and more common because Jay's uncapped the upside. So tomorrow we'll have an uncapped upside report on these stocks specifically. I'm sorry we haven't had one in a few days, but I really wanted to drill down on the ULTY stocks today. I'm figuring people that are interested in ULTY are also interested in this also. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, and I'll be back later. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. See ya.